This time by 3 down, 3 to go for Roark, Campbell, Smith. That is your top 3.
So Brad Hogue into that 4 spot.
So far, Roark able to hold off that hard charging 66X of Campbell. Campbell changing up his line this time by, going to try the high side, do a little high side hustle, see if he can pick up a little more speed as a white flag comes out this time by. One more time around Electric City Speedway here for that young man in that 17 machine. Gonna be able to hold off. Yes, he will hold off Campbell. So your winner of your second A1 Trading Post Hobby Stock, USRA Hobby Stock, is Andrew Roark in that 17 machine. As Alan, it looks like we're getting ready to stack them up here.
So again, great seeing a good field, 3 heat races tonight of your USRA hobby stocks.
Caution lights are out. We're going to go racing next time by. Green flag high in the air. We're back racing here at Electric City. Akers. Oh! Gets a little crossed up there, collects Jones. Everybody going to be able to stay going, and so we're going to stay clean and green.
Ethan Lehman driving the Kenny Shetler 87 tonight, looking good. Akers is trying to hang on to that second spot.
Jones right there on his rear bumper. We lost Landon Brown and Dakota Phillips.
White flag for the leader. Ethan Lehman's looking mighty good. Akers hanging on the second. He's holding off Caleb Jones in the 64. Nivens in that 4th spot. Looks like a flat tire or something on the 87. We'll see if he can hang on for the heat win. He does.
Right rear flat on that 87, picking up that heat race win.
Watch that last row. Green flag up and waving.
Whoa. Volan has to check up there for Matthew.
Boy, the 52 trying to find a hole.
Justin Rafferty up there to the top side. Going to challenge for that 3rd place position. Matter of fact, let's just do 2 for 1 that time by Justin Rafferty up from 4th to 2nd in 1 lap. Going to see if he can run his dad down in that 98 Wholesale Batteries sponsored machine. Out on the pole. 3 laps down that time by. Halfway home.
Justin Rafferty has that great run on that outside. Closing in on Jeff Rafferty, maybe the outside pass. And to turn 1.
Dad woke up, got through 1 and 2 just a little bit better that time. Justin Rafferty better in 3 and 4 as a white flag comes out this time by. Jeff Rafferty still in the lead. Justin Rafferty working that high side hustle, trying to get around him as we've got a car facing wrong way in a one-way there, bringing out.
It's like Jennings around in turn 2.
Excavation on the side of that 46 machine Rafferty chassis.
All right, Sean, yellow lights out. We're going green this time.
6 laps of distance. Green flag high in the air. We're back racing here at Electric City. Good run for Gibson. Hustles on down into 1 and 2. Zach Christopher in 2nd. Dylan Rafferty in 3rd. Michael Rafferty in 4th. Joe Gunn in 5th. Dylan Rafferty to the top side, trying to get around Zach Christopher there. Michael Rafferty says, you know what, I'm going to just follow you, big brother. Right around the bottom there.
So Zach Christopher spins down the front straightaway. O'Reilly caution comes out. I didn't think he was going to get it woed up for hit that.
Electric City. Zach Christopher in that Wholesale Batteries 04 machine brings her off into the H Pro Service start zone. Green flag flies. Good run for that 46 machine. Pulls out to the lead, working that top shelf. Brother Michael decides he's going to follow with him there, trying to get around Zach Christopher in that 04 machine, but to the point that time, Dylan Rafferty.
So Dylan Rafferty doing his thing. Michael Rafferty's been getting a good run, but he had to check up just a little bit, broke his momentum.
As Zach Christopher doing a good job holding off that very, very fast 41 machine of Michael Rafferty. Michael Rafferty diving down there to the bottom, able to do a little bit of a slide job there. White Castle served up on Zach Christopher there. Michael Rafferty into 2nd. Zach Christopher into 3rd. Gibson and Gunn. That is your running order, as we'll have the white flag out this time by. 5 down, 1 to go. Heading through 3 and 4. Your heat race winner in our 2nd. The Price is Right Tree Service IMCA Star Mod Lights. That is Dylan Rafferty. Michael Rafferty in 2nd. Just Zach Christopher in 3rd. Gibson in 4th. And Gunn in 5th. And that will conclude our hot laps or heat race, for our IMCA Star Mod Light division.
A great lineup out there for our concrete company, USRA B Mods. Man, have we got a couple of rocket ships on that front row between Cole Hamilton and Tyler Kidwell. We'll watch the guys coming from the back. Hopefully Kenny Nutter and Michael Taylor got their problems taken care of for the A feature. Rylan Gibbs, also our reigning track champion, will be coming from that fourth row. So there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking tonight in our USRA B-Mod A feature.
Yes, going to be a barn burner this evening in our USRA B-Mod Concrete Company sponsored field here. 15 laps the distance, 11 making the call for our first feature of the night here at Electric City.
And in the feature, we got quite a few guys that split time between Midwest Mods and B-Mods. We got Dakota Lowe, who does it all the time. Jordan Beard also does it.
Might still be in that place.
Also, Jerry Wheeler runs a Midwest Mod quite a bit of the time. Plus, he also does a Pier Stock. So, several guys running multiple classes. And like we talked about earlier, man, laps is everything. They just learn the track, learn the car better, and make some better racers. So, again, looking forward to having those guys doing their double duty tonight. Again, Michael Taylor, bad luck in a heat race, always runs good here at Electric City Speedway. Hopefully, again, he's got his car repaired, ready to go, and you will watch him come from the fifth row outside. So, going to be a lot of action. Same thing for Kenny Nutter. Hopefully, there wasn't too much damage of his car in that heat race. But here comes the bad boys themselves, the USRA B-Mods, brought to you by the Concrete Company, coming out onto the racetrack.
Nutter able to make the call, fix that car. Glad to see him out there to start this A feature event for our Concrete Company USRA B-Mod division. 15 laps the distance in our first A feature event of the evening in our USRA B-Mod division. Cole Hamilton on the front row. Cadwalder outside, two heavy hitters on the front row. As we've got a Brafton stacked and ready to attack this racetrack at Electric City. Our traffic controller up there in the flag stand. She got the green flag high in the air. We are ready to let these wolves loose tonight for our first A feature event of the evening in our USRA B-Mod divisions as they head down the back chute into the H&H Services start zone. Green flag high in the air. Good start for that front row as they're side by side into turn number one. Cole Hamilton, Cadwalder gets a good run there on the top side. Cole Hamilton battling back there on the bottom, but leading that first lap, Tyler Kidwell leading that first lap. Cole Hamilton pulling right back to that left rear quarter panel. Kidwell. Little bit of a blocking move there as we've got 2 laps down, 13 to go that time by.
Top 3 starting to put a little bit of a gap on the field. That's Tyler Kidwell, Cole Hamilton, and Daniel Anders.
Lowell and Gibbs, that is your top 5.
Dakota Lowe and Ryland Gibbs battling it out for their spot.
Kidwell pulling out to about a half-second lead over that young man in that 2X machine. As we'll have 5 laps down, 10 to go. 5 laps down, 10 to go that time by. Same distance between that first and second, right at a half second. 6 laps down, 9 to go. Make that 7 laps down, 8 to go this time by for our USRA B-Mod division here at Electric City. Racing from top to bottom. Cole Hamilton, time in the hourglass running out. Can that young man run down that super fast 54 machine up Tyler Kidwell? Caution.
O'Reilly caution got one. Spun out in the middle of 3 and 4. O'Reilly caution out. They get it back going again.
Race command checking the lineup, making sure we're good to go before we double them up behind the leader in that Delaware double file restart. 8 laps down, 7 to go. Cole Hamilton running second behind Tyler Kidwell. Kidwell had gotten out to a 0.691 lead, not quite a half second lead over that number 2 car. Dakota Lowell up to 4th. Good run for that young man doing double duty tonight in that 24L machine. Race command working to get everybody in line. Lights are out. Going to go out on the flag stand. Lineup is correct. Again, 8 laps down, 7 to go.
Tyler Kidwell, always quick when he comes here to Electric City Speedway, but doing a great job. But Cole Hamilton has absolutely been staying right there in his back bumper.
As they head off into the H&H Pro Services start zone, step on the loud pedal. We're back racing here at Electric City. Good run for that young man in the 5, able to work around Cole Hamilton. Cole Hamilton falling to 3rd. Daniel Andrews up to 4th, or up to 2nd, excuse me. And right on the rear bumper of that 64 machine of Kidwell. 10 laps down this time by 4 fingers and a thumb left in this USRA B-Mod. A feature event. Eleven laps down that time by. 3-10 second lead for Kidwell over Andrews.
Flagman gives it 2 to go, just 2 laps left.
And Andrews cut into that lead that time by only 2/10 of a second.
Oh,
as we get a
Andrews
battle.
with a great move.
Andrews to the bottom, working that bottom to perfection. We're going to have a new leader this time by. Yes, we will. Daniel Andrews picking up that spot. There's a white flag will come out, or checkered flag this time by for your race leader.
So how about that? Daniel Anders waits till about the last lap to make the pass on Tyler Kidwell. Daniel Anders says it's time to make the donuts.
Okay. Driver up and out of the car.
How about it, race fans? He can hear you. Give him a hand. Daniel Anders.
Little tribute to Kyle Busch there, up on top of the race car. Daniel getting his helmet off. Come around here and get a word with me. My goodness, made that happen right there at the end? How did you know you could do that?
I just still, first let me thank God for giving me the opportunity to do this. For Jesus. I just kept seeing Kidwell push more. And finally he got in that rut over there and I had to take my chance. And I don't know if I left him enough room coming out of 3 and 4, but I was just pumped up.
Yeah. Well, hey, it was a great move. Who do you got to think makes this all happen for you?
Everybody. My wife, she's at home with my kids. She should have came. Hot Wired's mine. Fox Electric, Joplin Lock and Key. My crew chief, Bill. Rick Cash. I got P. Diddy and Code Dog. They work on this thing. We got beat up in the heat race. We still got some bent parts in the front, but it's still hot rod. I got to thank John Sheets. I changed over some stuff. Bill and I worked till 10 o'clock at night, changing stuff, and I was blowing sheets up all night, all day today. And thank you, John and Kevin Morrow.
Well, hey, Electric City, your USRA V-Mod feature winner of the night, Daniel Andrews.
All right, race fans, our next day feature up is going to be the USRA Hobby Stock, sponsored by A1 Trading. On the pole in the 57 is going to be Charles Brown. Outside of him in the 17 is Andrew Rourke. Second row inside the 87L of Ethan Lamans. Outside the 66X of Dustin Campbell. Third row inside is going to be the 54 of Todd Kidwell. Outside the 4A of Gary Akers. Fourth row inside the 64, Caleb Jones. Outside of him, the 7 of Jason Teal. Fifth row inside the 03, our multi-time track champion. That's Jimmy Smith. Outside of him, the 91 of Chad Nevins. Sixth row inside, the 3-time Nevada Speedway track champion, the 5D of Chris Diamond. Outside of him, the Macho Man, the 55 of Brad Hogue. Seventh row inside the 19 of our very own Mike Parker. Outside of him, the 95 of Chad Allen. Eighth row inside the 54S of Eddie Stearns. And outside the 66A of Landon Brown. Ninth row inside, if he got it fixed, the 117 of Levi Cox, and outside of him, the 28P of Dakota Phelps. That is your A1 Trading USRA Hobby Stock A feature. Boys, it's going to be a good one. So, Sean, was Daniel kind of happy?
I think he was a little pleased on that one. Great run. And for you late model fans, a little update from the Show Me 100. 75 laps down, or excuse me, 75 laps remaining. Davenport, Rice, and Shepard, that is your top three. Great last lap pass there to get around one of the fastest guys in the region in Kidwell. of them making the call except Dakota Phillips.
So an absolute beautiful field of USRA hobby stocks. Great to see them in full force tonight at Electric City.
As next time by will be our wave lap. Get those phones out. Pick your favorite color, favorite number, favorite driver. Going 15 laps of distance in our A1 trading post. USRA hobby stock. Gonna go around one more time. Caution lights are out.
All right, flagman Gary Clark looking for a nice even start off that front row. Charles Brown and Andrew Rourke. Who's it going to be? Pick your favorite.
Green flag high in the air, and we are back racing here at Electric City. Brown hustles them on through 1 and 2. Rourke in second. Racetrack extremely racy tonight. Running 2 and 3 wide. As we've got 1 lap down, 14 to go. Brown to the point. Rourke. And a good battle there between Kidwell. Kidwell up to third that time by. Three wide coming off of turn number 4. Great battle for that second spot with that 87 and that 17. As they go side by side down the back chute. Leader out front. Everybody else stacked up 2 by 2 by 2. As a little bit of right side romance there between Smith and Teal. Back there in 11th and 12th as Parker working his way up to 12th now after starting in the back. Brad Hogue up 2 spots as we've got 5 laps down, 10 to go, but that 87 firmly up into second. Rourke in third. Kidwell in fourth.
So Charles Brown out to about a 12-car length lead over Ethan Lamons with Andrew Rourke still right there on him. Todd Kidwell in fourth. Dustin Campbell hanging down fifth.
Big mover so far would be Chris Diamond from 11th up to 8th. But time running out as we'll have 8 laps down, 7 to go that time by. For your leader, Brown. Brown out to a 1.8 second advantage over Lehman. Roark, Kidwell, Campbell, and Jones. That is your top 6. Ten laps down this time by. 4 fingers and a thumb left in this USRA Hobby Stock A feature event. Charles Brown stretches out that lead to 2.1 second that time by over Lehman. Roark, but got a good battle for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place position there, Andy.
Boy, that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is absolutely ridiculous there. Those guys going at it tooth and nail. A gaggle of about 5 of them.
Great race there for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place positions. As Campbell up to 4th, Jones to 5th, and Roark. As this time by, it'll be 2 hockey sticks up in the air, 2 to go for your leader, Charles Brown. Take him on home, Andy.
Again, the 12 car length lead. Charles Brown over Ethan Lamons. Todd Kidwell in the 3rd spot. Justin Campbell 4th. White flag waves. One more time for the 57. Down the back straightaway he goes. Man, this is going to be a great win through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway for the checkered flags. How about Charles Brown? Ethan Lamons in 2nd. Todd Kidwell 3rd. Justin Campbell 4th. And Caleb Jones in the 5th spot. Chris Diamond with a great run through the pack gets 6th. Andrew Rourke falls back to the 7th spot. Brad Hogue ends up in 8th. Gary Akers 9th, and Jimmy Smith in the 10th spot. All right, Aiken area, give him a hand, Charles Brown.
Electric City here up and out of the car. Your U.S. winner, Charles Brown. Charles, let me get a word with you here. Here's the hardware. Man, oh man, you had this thing on a rail out there, 2.7 second lead there. Just picking them up and putting them down, man. How good does it feel? I mean, doing double duty tonight, you got to be a little wore out.
This is my first career win.
Your first ever career win in a pure stock?
Ever.
Ever. How about that? First ever win right here at Electric City. Van, oh man, who do you got to think makes all this happen for you?
Right here's Don Newcomb. He's the car. I just drive for him. Larry McCoy, this is the first night on a brand new motor. I got to thank him for giving us a power plant to work with, and all my friends and family that make this possible each and every week. All the fans out there, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, how about this? Let's do it one more time. For your first ever feature winner here in our USRA Hobby Stock Division, Charlie Brown.
All right, race fans, your next A feature up is going to be your IMCA Stars Mod Lights, brought to you by the Price is Right Tree Care. On the pole in the C4 is going to be Connor Gibson. Outside of him, the 73 of Matthew Rafferty. Second row inside, that's going to be the 84 of Joe Gunn. Outside, the always quick number 3 of Nathan Wolf. Third row inside in the 04, Zach Christopher. Outside of him, the 98 of Jeff Rafferty. Fourth row inside will be the 41 of Michael Rafferty. Outside of him, the 75 of Justin Rafferty. Fifth row inside is going to be the 46 of Dylan Rafferty. Outside of him, in that red 52 is going to be Bryce Vohen, and bringing up the back will be the 11 of Martin Jennings. So a great field of IMCA Stars Mod Lights.
Little bit of update from the Show Me 100. Halfway down, 46 laps remaining. Davenport, Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, O'Neill. That is your top 4.
All right, race fans, this thing about ready to get underway. Folks, if you would, stand up and wave, shout, hold up your phones for our IMCA Stars Mod Light drivers. Yellow light is out. Connor Gibson, Matthew Rafferty on that front row. But boy, is there a hornet's nest behind them.
As they head off into the H&H Pro Services start zone. Green flag flies, green flag flies. Not so sure our traffic controller going to be okay with that one there, Andy, as it looks like.
I think Connor Gibson got a bit of a jump.
Yes, he did. The O'Reillys. Caution flag comes out. Did not like that start at all. Race command talking to those drivers, making sure that they know they have to be side by side when they come out there at the cone. Caution lights are out. We're going to go green flag this time by as they head down the back chute off into the H&H Pro Services start zone. Gotta be nose to tail and side by side. Green flag flies. Green flag flies. We're back racing here. Connor Gibson gets a good run working there on the bottom side. Nathan Wolf and Justin Rafferty right there behind him. Justin Rafferty gets a good run on the bottom side there. Justin Rafferty up.
Justin Rafferty already out front from the 4th row outside.
Great move there. Going to run out as far as he can, as fast as he can, as that 46 machine working that top shelf. Trying to get to him. Justin Rafferty will lead the first lap.
Dylan Rafferty, the outside of Nathan Wolf. Jeff Rafferty behind them. Bryce Bowen in that 52 from Arkansas advancing through the field.
Started back in 10th, up to 7th already. But out front by 1.3 seconds. That is Justin Rafferty in that Wholesales battery, number 75 machine. We'll see if Dylan Rafferty cuts into that lead this time by, and he does, by about 0.3 of a second. 5 laps down, 10 to go.
Boy, Justin Rafferty and Dylan Rafferty, they're trying to make this a 2-car race. Michael Rafferty in the 3rd spot, Jeff Rafferty in 4th. Nathan Wolf hanging on to that 5th spot.
An all Rafferty top 4. As that time by Justin Rafferty by just not quite a half second. As Dylan Rafferty working that top side, really gets a good run in there on 3 and 4. We'll see if he cut into that lead that time by. No, he did not. Justin Rafferty stretches it out about 0.2 of a second that time by. 8 laps down, 7 to go. Make that 9 laps down this time by. As they get into some lap traffic, Joe Gunn going a lap down.
That one battling Nathan Wolf for that 5th spot. But out front, Justin Rafferty not letting Dylan get any closer to him.
Yeah, that last lap by a full second over Dylan Rafferty. Cut into it that time by 0.2 as we've got one going around. Able to keep going. Are we going to stay clean and green as we've got Matthew Rafferty.
So O'Reilly caution comes out for the car stop down in turn 2. They get back going again. Maybe that's what Dylan Rafferty was needing to get closed up on the back bumper of the 75.
Yeah, Justin Rafferty did not want to see that happen. As the last time by, he was out to 0.8 of a second lead over that 5-time IMCA national champion, Dylan Rafferty. Both of them in brand new Rafferty chassis this year. So exciting what's going on with the Raffertys as they are now building cars. But can Justin Rafferty hold him off in that wholesale batteries, number 75?
And again, the top 4, all Raffertys, man, they are all looking good. But our Arkansas visitor, Vallon, in that 52 has now made it up to the 5th spot. I think he was glad to see the yellow.
As caution lights are out, we're going to go back racing this time by Justin Rafferty. Michael Rafferty wants to throw his nose in the ring there. Justin Rafferty working around that top side. Dylan Rafferty right there with him, about a car length off the rear bumper, trying to make it work as Michael Rafferty throws his hat in hand there, as we can throw a blanket white flag in the air one more time around for Justin Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty working that bottom side. Dylan Rafferty up to the point. Justin Rafferty going to try to cross him over there. Yes, he does. We've got a slide job for the lead. Can he hold it? Who won that race?
I think
Dylan Rafferty. Dylan Rafferty
yeah.
won that race. Justin Rafferty in second. Michael Rafferty in third. My, oh my, what a race.
That was a slide job countered by a slide job.
That sure was.
Yes, 75 and 41 hit the tech. 75 and 41 hit the tech. We'll see some training afterwards. Let's do a hell of a race, guys. So, one key's going to the back.
Hey, can somebody bring that trophy down?
All right, Robbie, you're good to go. Run this down there. Run this down there, my bad. My bad. Seems like we're getting closer.
Got the helmet off. Coming out of the car.
All right, race fans, give him a hand, Dylan Rafferty.
Wake up, Bentley.
Sean, I know he is going to be a happy camper. Great last turn, last lap move.
Dylan. My goodness. That was a race. 0.2 of a second between you and Justin Rafferty.
Well, if the crowd come for a show, that was a show right there. It ain't over till it's over.
That's for sure, man. You were back there. Justin was keeping good pace. You would run back to him. That caution come out. He had almost a second lead on you. Do you think you could have run him down if you'd have stayed green?
I don't know. It would have been tough. He got so far out there on that start when I got stuck in the other cars. I was inching towards him, but I don't know if it probably wouldn't have been. But, I mean, either way, it comes down to an awesome finish.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hey, who do you think make this all happen for you?
Big shout out to my brother, my mom in the stands, Rafferty Chassis, Fritter Racing Engines. That was a Fritter versus Fritter drag race here up off turn 4 to the checkered flag, so that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Well, here's your trophy. Race fans, your IMCA Star Modified Mod Light feature winner tonight, Dylan Rafferty.
Man, oh man, what an awesome race the Rafferty boys put on tonight. All right, our next A feature up is going to be our Motorsports of Kansas City Power Eye Midwest Mods. On the pole, the 74 of Jaron Powery. Outside of him, the 24L Dakota Lowe. Second row inside the 2J of Jordan Beard. Outside the 82 of David Wood. Third row inside the 00 of Jacob Hall. Outside the Honey Badger, the 5D of Dustin Dennison. Fourth row inside the 5 of Stratton McGee. Outside of him, the 17 JR Preston Arnold. Fifth row inside the 32R of Ridge Dennison. Outside the 75 of Rob Jones. Next row inside is going to be the 68 of Jake Martin. Outside the 15 of Justin Boots. Seventh row inside the 22R of Jeremiah Reynolds. Outside the 6A of Aiden Dennison. Eighth row inside will be the 17R of Tony Reynolds, and outside the 51D of Dustin Lawrence. Ninth row inside will be the 1B of Braylon Gibbs, outside the 7L of Dave Lawson. 10th row inside, the 662 Caden Campbell, outside of him, if she got it fixed, the 20S of Shaylee Buck. 11th row inside is going to be the 23 of Dakota Dillon. Outside the 29A of Dan Altus. And bringing up the last row in the 30, they call him Beauty Pageant. That is Jared Willard.
And for you late model fans, update on the Show Me 100. 16 laps remaining. Caution on the racetrack. Bobby Pierce to the lead. Brandon Shepard in second. Davenport in third. But man, oh man, do we have a Midwest Mod A feature event. My, oh my, Andy, is this one going to be good?
Oh, this is going to be an absolute battle. Man, that first 2 or 3 rows, man, that is, well, actually 4. Man, that is going to be a shootout between those first 8 cars. Jacob Hall looks so good in his heat race. Passing points put him back in the 3rd row. Jaron Powery came from the back. Did the best job of collecting passing points. That's why he's starting on the front row pole. And that beautiful number 74, Dakota Lowe. Man, one of our absolute best rocket ships here at Electric City Speedway. Another good job in the heat race.
This will be your wave lap this time by. Pick your favorite number, favorite driver, favorite color. As we're going to go 20 laps.
All right, race fans, hey, let's stand up and wave. Give these 22 Midwest Mods a big hand. Hold up your phones. Let them know how much you appreciate that large field of cars tonight. Yellow light is out. Jaron Powery, Dakota Lowe. 2 of the best in the business on that front row.
Headed off into the H&H production service start zone. Not thinking that our traffic director liked that one, as a caution light will come out.
O'Reilly caution already out.
Got a little bit jumpy there on the start. The 74 got to be side by side there at the cone. Race command letting these drivers know once again, side by side at the flag stand, or excuse me, at the cone. Again, 20 laps of distance. Caution lights are out as they head down the back chute. Again, gotta be side by side. Good start that time. Lowell on the high side, Powers on the inside. Woods up there, top shelf as we got a 3 wide. Dustin Dennison, Jacob Beard, and Wood. As Powell and Lowell side by side at the flag stand, but Dakota Lowell will lead that first lap. Dakota Lowell. The Honey Badger up, battling with David Wood. David Wood pushes up the racetrack, lets Dennison up into 3rd. Jordan Beard falls to 5th, but here comes Jacob Hall up into the top 5, as we'll have 3 laps down this time by. 17 to go.
Dustin Dennison, the Honey Badger, looking mighty good, trying to use that bottom line. Here comes Jacob Hall past Wood.
Yeah, that's a spot of lap.
O'Reilly caution out.
As we've got one facing wrong way in a one-way there. Gonna take her back pit side. Well, nope, gonna rejoin the crowd there.
All right, so Dakota Lowe had settled out to about a 2 or 3 car length lead. Jaron Powery going at it with Dustin Dennison. Wood hanging in there tough in that 4th spot.
Jacob Hall had just gotten around Wood there when that caution come out, but Jacob Hall started 5th, still running 5th.
Stratton McGee running right there behind Jordan Beard in that 7th spot.
Right now, our hard charger would be Justin Boots in that 15 machine, started 12th and has just cracked the top 10 in 9th.
All right, Delaware double file. Powery picks the bottom. Wood the bottom. McGee the bottom. Dennison the bottom. Jones the bottom. Aiden Dennison the bottom.
As the caution lights are out, we're going to go green flag this time by Dakota Lowell. Hustles them on down the front chute into turn 1. Dennison on the top side there, battling for that 2nd place position. But Powell gets a good run coming off. Jacob Hall up into 4th, as we'll have 5 laps down, 15 to go that time by.
Jordan Beard trying to make that high line work. He's battling with Wood.
Dakota Lowell stretched out 0.3 of a second over that 2nd place car. As everybody single file here, Jordan Beard going to the top side. Gonna see what he can make happen there with David Wood just outside of the top 5. But out front in that 24L machine, Dakota Lowell. As we've got 8 laps down, that time by 12 to go. Racing throughout the field. Good battle between Jordan Beard and David Wood there for that 5th and 6th place position. But Lowell has stretched out that lead to 1.256 over Power and Dustin Dennison. Halfway home, 10 laps down, 10 to go, as we're going to get into some lap traffic here really soon, see how that shakes things up. Dustin Dennison up into 2nd. As Powell dropped back to 4th. As they work through the lap traffic. 13 down that time by. Dakota Lowell tried to work through that lap traffic, see if that helped out. Yes, it did. By about 0.4 of a second, Dustin Dennison able to get through that traffic just a little bit better. $15 down that time by. 4 fingers and a thumb left in this Power I Midwest Mod feature event. Good battle there for 4th, Jordan Beard and Powers. As Dakota Lowell working his way very carefully through that lap traffic, as we'll have 17 down this time by. Dakota Lowell, Dennison, Jacob Hall up into 3rd, Jordan Beard in 4th. 2 hockey sticks up in the air, 2 more times around for Dakota Lowell.
Year later, coming around for the white flag. Dakota Lowell working his way through heavy traffic. Dustin Dennison and Jacob Hall going 3 wide through turn 3 and 4. But it's going to be Dakota Lowell. Looks like Dennison in 2nd, Hall in 3rd. That comes Jordan Beard in 4th, Jaron Powery 5th. How about that, fans? 22 cars, only 1 yellow.
Driver up and out of the car. Electric City fans, let him hear it. Dakota got out to an early lead there. A little treacherous getting through lap traffic, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah. The best thing, they all held their line.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes they turn into wiper blades, and it gets real dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Everybody did pretty good holding their line. I'm happy with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, what was going through your mindset as you were clipping through there, trying to put cars in between you as Dustin Dennison was coming there on the high side, cut into the lead a little bit, then you were able to get back out, kind of changed up your line a little bit. Was the racetrack starting to go away a little bit, or did you just find a spot that you really liked?
More than anything, just conserve the car. We just got a new stub put on it, and I really don't want to wreck it again.
Fair enough. Well, hey, who do you guys think makes it all possible for you?
I I thank my family, mom, my dad, my wife, and my kids there at home. The sponsors, Phoenix Concrete, Tully Foundation, G&B Construction, Best Construction, Rainbow Gutter, photography, Reser's Edge Production. Shauna gets good videos and great pictures of the cars for everybody on the track.
All right, well, Electric City. One more time.
I got to thank the chassis builder, Scotty Allen, and John Yeoman for building a good, strong motor.
All right, well, Electric City, let him hear it one more time. Your Midwest Mod A feature winner tonight, Dakota Lowell.
All right, our next A feature up is going to be the Jackson Aces Power Eye Super Stock A feature on the pole. The 14D of Dustin Beasley. Outside of him, the 08 of Scott Pullen. Second row inside, the 44 of King James, James Neiswanger. Outside of him, the 06 of the always quick Morgan Campbell. Third row inside, the 18 of Mr. Charles Brown. Outside of him, the 2M of Brian McDade. Fourth row inside, the 22N of Landon Nekanisny. Outside of him, the 3P of Tyler Perryman. Fifth row inside, the XL7 of Colby Carter. Outside, your reigning track champion in the 7D, that's Dustin Weiland. And bringing up the last row in the 7, that is Clayton Brown. All right, here they come on to the Speedway.
Update for you late model fans. The Show Me 100 is over. Bobby Pierce picked up the win. Brandon Shepard in second. Andy, what do you think, man? 15 laps, getting ready to go to war here in our Power Eye Super Stocks. Who you going to be watching, my friend?
I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat my buddy Dustin Beasley off that front row. I know Scott Pullen did a great job in the heat. James Neiswanger, King James, man, he is tough here at Electric City. Morgan Campbell has really been due up here. Of course, Charles Brown just won the hobby stocks, so he kind of knows what the track is. He knew what kind of adjustments he needed to make.
I think that was 2 different Charles Browns.
Just a tiny bit of track prep. We're going to let these boys run it in a lap or two.
I have to say, Andy, after all the rain we had this week, racing surface looks amazing. The staff here at Electric City doing an amazing job.
Well, we know the track is fast. The Midwest mods prove that. The B mods have proved that. So it's going to be right in the super stock wheelhouse. These guys love a fast racetrack. All right, yellow light is out. It's definitely going to be a drag race off that front row.
As they head down the back chute into 3 and 4, into that H&H Pro Services start zone. Got to be side by side there at the cone. Stand on the loud pedal, and here we are. Leading that first lap. Nice Wonger right there on his tail. Poulos and Campbell, that'll be your top 4.
James Nicewanger right there on the back bumper of Beasley. Pull him in the 3rd spot. Campbell in 4th. Brian McDale in the 5th spot.
Beasley able to pull out just a little bit there that time over Nicewanger.
Colby Carter's slowing up down the back straightaway. We'll see if he can get off the racetrack.
As here comes the leader.
Now the O'Reilly caution will come out for the XL7.
Colby Carter having problems all night long with that car. As we do have 4 laps down, 11 to go in this Jackson Aces Events Power I Super Stock A feature event.
All right, Delaware double file. Nicewanger's going to pick the high side, giving Campbell the bottom. Pulling on the inside. McDade on the outside. Then comes Weiland and Nekanisny. Yellow white is out. Beasley will pick his spot in 3 and 4. And there he goes. Green flag flies.
Good start for Beasley. But Nightwanger right there with him. Campbell. And McDay wanting to throw his name in the hat there on that top 4. And he does that time by. Poland falls to 5th. Poland falls to 5th.
McDay now gets by Poland. He'll bring the 22 and the 7 with him.
But we've got a new leader that time by. James Niswonger with a great pass coming off of 4. They're on the high side.
All the 22 goes around in the middle of 1 and 2. O'Reilly caution will come out just as Niswonger had took the lead.
And Campbell was following right behind Niswonger there. Found something there on the high side. Collected Clayton Brown in that spin there. As this racing services trade has changed a ton since these drivers were out for their heat races, as it has went slick from top to bottom. Andy, what do you do, man? The top side looks like it's going away just a little bit, but then all of a sudden here, Nightwanger makes that top side work like nobody's business coming out of 4.
You gotta wonder with them putting moisture up there, there's gotta be some up there.
You would think so.
But the rest of the track is still pretty good. I think just like with King James, I think you're just gonna have to commit to it until you get the pass done. The 22, Nekanizny back going again. He'll catch up to the back of the pack here. Him and Clayton Brown. We'll see where everybody picks this time.
And I think there might be something wrong with the left front there of Niswinger's upper A-arm possibly, as that car looks a little bit out of shape. As we stack them up, Delaware double file restart out in front, James Nightwanger.
So Beasley picks the bottom, Poland the bottom, Weiland the bottom, Perryman the bottom.
As our traffic controller will give them 1 to go this time by. 6 laps down, 9 to go. Caution lights are out. We'll see. Looks like something not quite right on that left front of Niswonger's.
So King James will pick his spot in 3 and 4. We'll see when he goes. And there he goes. Green flag waves.
We are back racing here at Electric City. Niswonger able to get through.
Oh, McDade gets together with Pullen. Pullen ends up backwards in turn 3. They were 3 wide coming out of turn 2, battling for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spot.
Bringing out the O'Reilly Autos parts caution. Andy, I'm pretty sure there's an upper control arm problem in that 44 machine. As that left front tire cocked back there makes it a little bit difficult to.
Those guys racing hard for, again, it was for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. McDade and Pullen. Dustin Weiland started in 10th. He is now in 5th. We got one to the infield down here in turn 1. Looks like he's trying to move it. So that's Pullen. Obviously something amiss after getting turned around.
All right, going to give him the one to go this time by. Caution lights are out. Hard luck for Scott Pullen. Pulling to the infield there. 8 laps down, 7 to go.
Well, Nicewanger will pick his spot again. Good restart that last time. We'll see when he goes again. There he goes. Green flag back up and waving. Beasley trying to make that bottom work again. Top 3 right there together. Campbell making that high side really look good.
As Beasley to the point.
Beasley made that bottom work to his advantage. Now Campbell switches to the bottom. McDade up to 4th. Nicewanger looked like something happened to his car.
See if he can nurse it back pit side.
Definitely a mechanical issue for King James.
Able to make it back pit side. Will stay clean and green. With 10 laps down, 5 to go that time by. As Campbell doing everything he can to hustle down that back chute. Try to make some time on that 14D of Dustin Beasley.
Campbell working high, Campbell working low. McDade with a great run there in 3rd. Justin Weiland now up to 4th from the 5th row. Clayton Brown having a good run in the 7.
The 13 down this time by. 2 hockey sticks up in the air.
Campbell keeping him honest. Really running that high side. Wide flag for the leader. This is going to be a shootout through 3 and 4. Campbell making a last run at him. Who's it going to be? And it'll be Beasley just by a car. Then comes Campbell, McDade, and Weiland. And then Nekanisny recovers for the 5th spot. All right, Aiken area, give him a hand, Dustin Beasley.
Dustin, my goodness, your fans come down here. They come down so fast they kick their shoes off. I got tickled there. My, oh my, what a win tonight. Nicelonger had a little problem there. Looked like an upper control arm come apart there on the left front. Did you have anything for him if it hadn't happened?
Probably not. He had a good line, and he's always tough here.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
When his tire went flat, I knew there was going to be an issue. As long as the tire don't go flat, it's going to be hard to get around him. But when that tire went flat, I was like, okay, he's pushing a little bit, so let's move up a line and see what we can do. So that's what we did.
Yeah, well, he did. He pushed up there and won, and you were able to kind of diamond deck down or back around him. Yep. But, hey, who do you got to think make all this happen for you?
My family. They stand behind me and put up with my nonsense sometimes. So, and really, all these people up here need to be thankful. If it wasn't them, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. Well, hey, your Power Super feature winner tonight. Give him one more round of applause, Dustin Beasley.
All right, our next A feature up is going to be our USRA Tuners, sponsored by All In Dumpster Rentals. On the pole, the 4U is going to be Rich Boyden. Outside of him, in the 73 is going to be Corey Howell. Second row inside the 75 SR of Rob Jones Sr. Outside the 82X of James Carter. Third row inside the 21 JC of J.R. Curtis. Outside the 4D of Alex Boyden. Fourth row inside the Z57 of Zach Bean. Outside the 57 of Tommy Carter. Fifth row inside the 75 Stephen Say. Outside the 27P of Zach Painter. Sixth row inside the 10 of Hunter Throckmorton. Outside the 153 of Dan Kennedy. Seventh row inside the 121 of Eric Schmidt. Outside the 10B of Jeremy Byfield. Eighth row inside is going to be the 1753 of Ashton Miller. Outside the 03 of Jacob Maston. Ninth row inside the 49 of Michael Dawson, and outside the 53 of Cooper Kennedy. That is your All-In Dumpster Rentals USRA Tuners A feature.
Sleep? Is your wife getting any sleep? What? Is your wife getting any sleep? She sleeps like 10, 11 hours a night. Does she really already? Oh, that's lucky. Oh, man, we're lucky. She's great. Oh, you are so lucky. Yeah.
How did Landon Brown end up down there?
Huh?
How did Landon Brown end up down there?
All right, a little bit more misting of the track, a few more pack down laps.
Well, Allen can Rich Boyden make it 2 in a row, 2 trips to Electric City, 2 fixture wins?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know he looked awful good the first time he was here. A stellar field of USRA tuners here tonight.
Yes, and all 18 making the call. Was a little concerned about that 49 machine as he had some troubles in his heat race of Michael Dawson, but able to make it out. Race command, making sure everybody's in their proper lineups here.
They were
race fans, and thank you again so much for coming out and spending your Memorial Day weekend with us. Mike Parker and the entire staff want to thank you for a great night of racing, as this is our nightcap. Well, technically not. We still have a 100-lap enduro race after this, as we're going to go 15 laps with our USRA tuners. You going to make a decision on this? Who you think's going to pull this one off? 15 laps of distance. I'm going to call outside front row, and that's 73 after that. Really,
I don't know. I mean, that was spraying that little bit of water on there. That's going to change the track for a few laps anyway. So it's going to be kind of hard to pick, whether the outside's going to be good or the inside's going to be good. Now, granted, these guys, they're front-wheel drives, so it's a little different deal. But I think you're going to have some guys coming from deep in the pack, too. All right, that yellow light is out. USRA tuners about ready to go green.
As they head off into the H&H Pro Services start zone, green flag high in the air, 15 laps of distance. Boyden hustles them all down through the back chute.
With a good start. James Carter in second, Corey Howell third.
Good battle for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place positions. As we're going to get into some lap traffic here real soon, as the 49 is going to make it off into the infield. Sideways there, a little out of shape, but able to keep it clean and green. Down, 9 to go, 6 laps down, 9 to go. Only about a half second separates our top 3 as they get into some lap traffic there. Able to get around them. racing all over the racetrack, but got a good battle between that first, second, and third car.
Rich Boyden out front. Something about the Boyden name makes you run fast here at Electric City Speedway. Alex Boyden trying to catch up to the top three. He is in fourth spot in the 4D.
Oh, little bit of top kick there. As Boyden
A little bump and run, Sean, there on them leaders.
Yeah, as getting held up a little bit by the lap traffic of Eric Smith there.
Corey Howell makes a run to that outside.
Corey Howell will lead that lap. New leader that time by. As, oh my goodness, look at him shooting 3 wide there down the back chute.
Man, those leaders are pouring through the lap traffic.
As we've got 12 laps down, 3 to go. Is there enough time for Rick Boyden to get back?
Boy, what they don't know, here comes Alex Boyden into third now.
That's something wrong on Rich Boyden's car, it looks like, as it slows down. But
2 laps to go.
Corey Howell.
White flag for the leaders one more time. But Corey Howell doing a great job. He's going to take the checkered flag. James Carter second. Alex Boyden in third. J.R. Curtis in fourth.